Hi there, it's Andy Henderson. I'm your Sherpa guide, live from Forward Thinking. I hope you're really well. Today's topic is all about the secrets of the successful. Now, I'm not successful by any stretch of the imagination. I haven't achieved my 10-year goals yet, but I'm moving towards them every day. And today I want to talk to you about procrastination. Procrastination is massive. Every single group that comes through the group with me has this problem with procrastination. You know, they feel like sometimes they've got their heads full of trainers, it's like a washing machine full of trainers, all clanking round and bumbling around in the bloody washing machine, and you can't get this stuff out of your head. And when you're confronted at that point with a tough decision, like I was, I'm going to share with you that story in a second. You just can't make a decision. Your head's too cluttered with stuff, and you don't know which route to go down. You don't know which path to take, and you don't know which option or decision to make. And what happens is you kind of get stuck, you get paralysed. That indecision paralyses you. Too many choices, or maybe the choices are too big, and you can't just make it because you're fearful of making the wrong choice and stuff. Procrastination is massive. Every single group that comes through Success GPS, one of the obstacles that's holding that group back is always procrastination. Every single time, every single business owner out of 150, they've all had the same problem at some point, that they procrastinate. It stops them taking action and making a decision. And I'm gonna share with you a bit of a story now where, it's a big one actually. Sometimes we procrastinate over little things, but sometimes it's really big things. And I'm going to share with you a bit of a story from me, and I'm going to share with you a bit of a way to get around that procrastination thing, because it's super important. If I can help you guys knock down every single obstacle you've got, and achieve and build the business of your dreams, then my life is fulfilled. It's an awesome feeling to be able to help. And because I know the things that are holding my forward thinkers back, I want to talk about them. So the time when I procrastinated most, and there's various times, but the biggest one was back in the day, my corporate career, and I talk about this quite often because that's helped me get to this point in my life. The corporate career did some really good stuff, but then we sold the business and I worked for another business for a period of time, and I wasn't in the best mental health state when I was going through that transition from a business that I'd built and I'd grown to selling it to then working with the acquiring company. It was very difficult, and procrastination really crept in because I had a decision to make. It was like I was fighting myself inside. I didn't know what to do. I didn't like my work anymore. It didn't serve me. I didn't feel good. It didn't light me up. It felt like I was on the hamster wheel. All these things that I talk about all the time. Don't forget, guys, I've been there. I've been where you are. I've experienced the feelings of it. And sometimes I still do. It's perfectly normal, but I've got the tools to get myself out of it really quickly so it doesn't have an adverse impact on my business. So back in the day, I had a choice to make. I was struggling. I was stressed. My work didn't light me up anymore. It didn't serve me. I wasn't passionate about it. I had no energy for it, and I was brought to this crossroads, and I couldn't make a decision. And the decision was, either I carry on as I was, because I was earning good money, a decent work-life balance, but I just didn't enjoy it, or I leave and I get another job somewhere else, or I set up my own business. And I do that, and I couldn't make a decision, and it took me months. I've been thinking about this actually for years. Before we even sold the old business, I'd been thinking about these three options. Do I get another job? Do I set up my own business? Do I stay as I am? And it went on for years, and for 6 months it was like torture, and I could not make a decision. And it was absolutely doing my head in. And the problem is that you've got three big choices in front of you, three massive choices. Either leave my career, stay as I am and not enjoy my life at work, or set up my own business. And I just couldn't decide. And I'll tell you what was the difference that made the difference for me. I'm going to draw it out. So let's pretend this is where I was here. Hopefully you can see that on screen. So that's where I was. And I had three decisions to make. So one decision will take me here. One decision will take me here. And one decision will take me over here somewhere. So one decision was to leave the job and get another job. The other decision was to set up my own business. And the third decision was to stay as I was, suffering, not enjoying my work, not enjoying my life, feeling stressed out and I just couldn't make that decision. But one thing changes everything. And this is the key for me and hopefully for you guys to stop procrastinating. And what we need to do, what we need to consider is we need to consider the outcome. So forget about where you are and where you're trying to move to and these decisions that you've got. Think about what you want the end result to be. So let's say the end result's here. End result. So if that's the end result that you want, well, what is the end result? Well, what do I want? Well, I want freedom. I want not as much stress. I want to be number one, because for years I was always number two in the business. And I always felt like I'm the best number two in the world, but I'll never be number one. No, I wanted to be number one. I wanted to earn more money. I wanted to impact more lives. Money. Impact lives. I wanted all those things. Those were the outcomes. So thanks for joining us, Luke. Hi, Daniel, and hi, Louise. So we're talking about procrastination. I'm talking about stopping procrastination in its tracks dead. Absolutely. This is the exact formula that we need to use when we've got procrastination as a problem. We can't think of the decision. So I was talking about in my past, I was procrastinating over 3 decisions in my past career. Do I leave and get another job, 20-year career, down the pan, go somewhere else? Do I set up a new business, set up a business on my own? Or do I stay as I was and carry on suffering, stress and all that sort of stuff? And down here represents that. That's where I was. If one way, if one way will take me to, if I chose to leave the job and get a new job, that would take me over here. If I got started my business, it would take me here. And if I stayed as I was, it would take me over there. The trick is to be outcomes focused. What is the outcome that I want? This will stop all procrastination dead in its tracks. Don't think about where you are and the decisions in front of you. Think about the outcome that you want. What is the outcome that you want from making this decision? So for me, the outcome I wanted more freedom. I wanted not as much stress. I wanted to be number one in my business. I wanted more money. I wanted to impact lives. And I sat in my kitchen on Sunday night about 8:30 at night and I went through this exact process. And I was in turmoil. I couldn't work it out, but I thought, what do I want out of this? What do I want out of the decision? Wrote this stuff down. And of course, when you look at the outcome and you look at the options to achieve that, which one's going to give me that outcome? Is it stay as I am? Stay as I am, will it give me that? No. Get another job in another business. Will that give me this? No. Setting up a business and being in control of my life, will that give me the outcomes that I want? Yes. Done. Procrastination, nailed. You'll never procrastinate again if you're outcomes focused. And once you know these outcomes, there's a really great way to actually laser guide and emotionally connect yourself with those outcomes. So you end up so laser guided, you end up so focused on achieving those things, you'll never, ever fail to meet your goals again. And that's the Posi Framework. I mentioned this. Look at Mark. Hi, Mark, Luke, Daniel. Check out the live I did on Monday. It's all about Posi goal setting. So once you've got your outcomes nailed, Posi stands for positive. So state what you want to achieve positively. Then we move to O for ownership. So if you want to achieve those goals, what are the things that you're going to own to achieve those goals? Write them all down. S, specifics. When you've achieved those goals, imagine yourself achieving those goals, achieving those outcomes. Who are you with? Where are you? When is it? When are you going to achieve them? What are you doing when you achieve them? Focus your mind there. Visualise achieving them. Who are you with? Where are you? What time is it? Who's with you? All those things. Crystallise that in your mind. S, size. Are my outcomes the right size to be achievable? Yes or no? Usually it's yes, because you want them so bad. So yes. E, environment. When I achieve my outcomes, what will I see? What will I hear? And what will I feel? The environment, your emotional environment, your senses. What will you see? What will you hear? What will you feel when you hit those outcomes? And the final one is ecology. When you achieve those outcomes, what's the positive impact for you? What's the positive impact for those close to you? Your friends, your colleagues, your family? And what's the positive impact for the wider system? Those customers you haven't even met yet, the industry, the UK-wide population, the planet. You know, think about all those things. Once you've got all those things locked in, you will never not hit your goals because there's so much positivity there. Who are you to deprive you, your family, your employees, your customers, the wider world? Who are you to deprive them of all that positive impact from you not focusing on your outcomes? So that's it, guys. That's the way to beat procrastination. It's all about focusing on the outcomes. Don't think of where you are and the decisions you've got in front of you. Think of the outcome that you want. And there'll be one road that points you towards that outcome. And that's the decision that you must make. Dead simple. I've got loads of this stuff, guys. I'm just mindful of all these bloody flip chart diagrams and stuff. No one's going to make sense of that. And like I said, once you've got the outcomes, get the positive stuff nailed in. Positive, ownership, specific, size, environment, ecology. Nail it all down, you'll achieve every one of your goals you ever set yourself. It's just a small fraction of Success GPS baked in here. If you love my content, if you like what I do, if you like what I say, if you like my energy or motivational stuff or whatever it is, just hit me up with a comment, hit me up with a like, share it if you like. I'd love you to share my stuff, you know. I want to make a big impact in the world. 25,000 people I want to impact in my next 10 years of being in business. And I'm going to do it because I've followed this framework. I don't procrastinate anymore. I follow the Posi Framework and it works. Let me tell you, it works. So I'm Andy Henderson, your Sherpa guide. It's been great to talk to you. This was episode 3 of Secrets of the Successful. This is what people do. People who are successful focus on outcomes, not problems or indecision or procrastination. They focus on outcomes. So give it a try. What do you want to achieve today? What's the outcome you want? Focus on achieving it. You'll get there, I promise. All right, guys. Andy Henderson, Sherpa Guide. Remember, you're just one step away.